in DC shooter? Was it political violence or just a case of mental illness? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make him the face of uh, make him the face of civil rights. Smash it, smash that like as you come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. Smash that like, y'all. What's going on? Putting up a post, putting up a question. Did y'all vote for high gas and a wreck economy? Somebody will come in here and say they did. Somebody will come in here and say, yeah. What's going on? Hey, seven Gator. They had the eighth Gator was in here. It was his name was Gator Bader Ader. Ader Gator. Ader Gator Bait 8. Y'all had Gator Bait 8 in here. You missed them. That shit don't want the fuck out. We had Gator Bait 8, Gator 8 bait in here yesterday. They'll probably be back because I gave them a jacket. Smash that light. That was crazy. It was Gator Bait 8 was in here. I say, God damn, we got 7 Gator. We had the 6th one. We had the 6th one. And then, you know what I mean? We had the Gator Bait 8 come through. What's going on with you? Happy Memorial's Day. Okay, what y'all doing at work today? Say you headed to work. Smash that like, man. Let's get them up. It's 13 of y'all in here right now. Double tap the stream, man. And what's your opinion? Did you vote for high gas prices and a wreck economy? Don't tell me you did. Cause somebody gonna come in here and say it. Yeah, Sammy Gator. Yesterday was a dope conversation though. You know, intellectual as usual. Serving tables in downtown Little Town with Memorial Day event should get crazy busy. Okay, okay, okay. What's the number one drink all everybody orders when they order a drink? What's the number one drink? Chilling DB. What's up with you, DB? Welcome back. I gotta put a jacket on you too, DB, because you've been coming through on the regular. That's what it is. I'm chilling, DB. I don't vote. But Jill Stein was the only anti-genocide candidate. Millennium. M- M- Miller, Miller Medina. Millie Medina. J. Millie Medina. I'm gonna tell you something. Jill Stein would have been an excellent candidate. I consider she was giving the a white female Obama vibe, you know. But her vice president, I did not fuck with the dude she had as the vice president that was running with her with the Green Party. That Butch Ware dude, light skinned motherfucker. He was black, but I didn't feel my blackness from him. If a black man gonna come represent and say he's representing the black man, I want to feel like he represents black American men. He had on a fucking kufi like he was out of Pakistan. He had on one of them Nehru shirts like he was from India, dressed like a Nigerian. Then he had one of them scarves tied around him like the little young rappers behind, them little red and white scarves the Palestinian niggas be wearing. I was like, nah, Butch, you got an identity crisis from the 60s, but we were scrambling to grab a hold of Africa and all these other places instead of being Black Americans that we is. So I feel like he's stuck in a time. I just why Jill Stein wouldn't have got my vote because of the person that she had for her vice president, Dr. Butch Ware. Like, come on, man. He's supposed to be representing black men. I didn't see it. I felt like because a lot of black men they think representing black men is going back to their heritage, which they skip over being Black American and go throw on some kufis and start praying and forget. You know what I mean? That shit crazy, but that's why I wouldn't fuck with Jill Stein. Logic Assessment says the temporary spike in fuel prices is still lower than during our previous. Well, but guess what? The dollar was higher during our previous. The dollar that we're spending now is only worth 24 cents. The dollar that we were spending under all the other presidents, when the gas was high, it was like $1.24. Now this dollar we spending is 24 cents with all the variance, the cryptocurrencies and the unrealized gains. So you say I'm right. I mean, but yeah, I just didn't like Butch Ware. Jill Stein, she got all the credentials. She's a doctor. She got some bread. You know what I'm saying? She went to Yale. Howard Jill Stein went to Harvard. And I think she represented. She was going around playing the circuit. I seen her on the Breakfast Club and I seen her on Summit. She represented. I mean, even to go on the Breakfast Club, she assimilated. You could tell that she'd been around the black culture because she wasn't awestruck and she wasn't without knowing what's the situation and the needs of black people. So, you know what I mean? Jill Stein, yeah, she seemed like a white Obama. You know what I mean? So I give her a go. But if she got to lose Butch Ware for me, even then. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? She could probably do something though. But America, this America, y'all auntie bunch of motherfuckers. They don't like a woman telling them nothing to do. That's nothing. All they want a woman to do is beat them with a whip and take all their money out their pocketbook. They don't want a woman. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. Gator said, "You said why they lie to people? I don't know." Yeah, yo, I was gonna say that they don't want to listen to a woman unless it's their mama, like taking orders. But don't you think that would work if you know what I mean? If you got in the positive mind frame that like they say the fatherland, the motherland, if there was to elect a female president, and she could carry whatever, let her do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's too many male chauvinists. It's too much testosterone. Too many male chauvinists that will not. It don't. I don't give a fuck if it's their mama. Probably. It's these Archie Bunker types that will be like, hell nah. They'll let Obama do it before they got there going. But I say bring Obama back, Kamala Harris, and let one of them do their thing because both of them have experience on the executive side of things. You know what I mean? People will come in and talk all this shit about Kamala Harris. I just read a 192-page dozer the other day saying that the DNC and the Joe Biden administration sabotaged Kamala and used her as a scapegoat. Go read the dozer. And y'all motherfuckers, you know what I mean? New movie on Netflix called Ladies First got such poor reviews because male critics called it sexist, which was the point. It was a movie like swapping roles, like What Women Want. Mel Gibson. Okay. Well, a lot of men can't take it when they see a woman taking the reins, but every other country has accepted it. Look at Margaret Thatcher, the steel lady, was in Great Britain for a minute running shit. Then they had Germany, even Germany, they had Merkel. DB say you wish Obama would come back. Me too, fam. The highest national average gas price during the Biden administration was 5.02 per gallon, which was reached. I know. You got me sounding like the little moped on Willie and the Chopper Bunch. I know. Yeah, I know it was, but you didn't listen. It wasn't the same dollar. Now go find out how much the dollar was worth when Joe Biden was in office and how much the dollar is worth now that we having all this petrodollar shit shaky. Our gold standard rose the fuck up, but our dollar is backed by none of that now. Our dollar is backed by hedge funds, cryptocurrency, it's volatile. It's you know what I mean. It's up and down. You might wake up tomorrow morning. You might invest $1,000 in cryptocurrency right now. Wake up tomorrow morning. That should be worth $98, and hoping that it'll fluctuate back up. All that money gone, unrealized gains, dude. You got to understand the concept of money, fam. Money ain't just they put a dollar on a piece of paper and that's how much it's worth. whatever's going on around, it makes it fluctuate. Logical assessment, cherry picking, as we know, the dollar is not worth the same value anymore. Right. Yeah, the dollar ain't shit. Especially you got all these other options like what's the shit that these countries bricks. We got so many other options. Cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? Steve Williams, what's going on with you? You said crypto is gateways. It is. It's a fat lady. She eat like a motherfucker. You wake up tomorrow morning, and only way you can survive in cryptocurrency unless you got a fucking war chest and you can ride the tide of the fluctuation. I'm telling you. That shit. And then you be like, what? You say unrealized gains is killing independent investors. Unrealized gains is killing anybody who get billed without even getting a service. Like say they take out some out of your money every year, every month, because and then investing, but you don't never see the unrealized gains. But you say unreal, yeah, it's killing the investors. That's how they say Kanye West was gonna be a billionaire and Kayla Jenner by unrealized gains because she signed a contract for 4 years and the contract was $500 million a year. So now will make her a be worth $2 billion, right? But them contracts fell through. Now you notice you don't hear her saying nothing about being a billionaire. But who did manage to get over that hurdle was Rihanna. Rihanna had a contract for 5 million for 2 years. She got her billion. The other girl had 4 years. Rihanna got that 500 million, and she did it by promoting and selling the actual product. That Fenty and all them other little investments. Rihanna got her billion. That's crazy. Exactly, Steve. Child support is unrealized gains. You know something too, Steve. It is unrealized gains. They're charging you and taxing you, and 100% of the time, all the time, you will owe the state more in taxes than you actually owe the child support because the unrealized gains incur tax and fees on that shit, not the child support. That's a trip. Unless you understand it, it'll look like wow, but it's unrealized gains. It's money that didn't even accumulate. They got you in the blender, but nobody's voting for that kind of reform. The 501 was the national average. California was over $7. California is always off the beaten path of the national average. Trump is at 17, 13% approval. God damn. So that's terms for impeachment. He ain't doing his job right. You said more propaganda. Jamie Rodriguez. Is you even got your paperwork right? I'll stand under the umbrella, says DB Costa. That's what it is. Double tap that stream. There's 38 of y'all in here, and it's 11 likes. We on the road to 100 likes quickly, family. Let's get them 100 likes up, man. Show some integrity. I don't talk to like 30 people in here. Every last one of y'all double tap that screen. S. Wimberly, you say nope, you didn't vote for it. Can you tell me what you voted for as an American? And what are you looking to vote for in 2028? Impeachment without removal is nothing more than censor. Wow, we know who you voted for. Logical assessment. No one currently here even supported Biden. So you're arguing to a tree. Give us Trump's numbers, and then if you're so confident. His numbers suck. But guess what? Ain't that crazy? Nobody voted for Biden. Nobody comes in here saying Biden was. I ain't never heard nobody even big up Biden. You know what I mean? I ain't never heard nobody come in here and say Biden did. They will come and say, well, Biden did this. But I ain't never heard nobody come in here even say what kind of laws Biden passed. But they'll have a plenty of shit to say about Obama. Obama gave the LGBTQ. What did he do for black folks? Black folks ain't do shit for him. Y'all got to know that This shit is interest based. If you ain't putting no money in their pocket, why would they go and lobby for your shit? Time is money. Manny, did you get over there, turn on the notification and all that, fam? The beginning of time, Democrats have been destroying people of color. From the beginning of time, Republicans been destroying people of color too. All right, Seven Gator, enjoy your Memorial Day at work. Don't be drinking on the job, fam. You said Bonnie ain't know what day time of day it was most of the time. You notice they trying to sweep him under the rug. Don't nobody even come in here saying what Biden did. What did he do? I don't know. He was asleep half the time. I'll go for that. Fake Dr. Jill was in control of Biden handlers. Shit, Biden had to get his chance at president. You know, Biden been a politician since 1970, so it was about time. I understand that he probably said shit, just like they doing Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not in control. He is the face of it because he old as fuck, and then it's y'all white folks try to excuse it. Nah, dog. How would you know? Was he personally there beside him every day? God, Trump doesn't control the gas prices, but the shit he does affects the gas prices. You don't have to control something to affect it. Okay. Domestic violence doesn't control a woman, but it affects her. You know what I mean? How many times can you get punched and you won't just go ahead and capitulate and give in to the shit? So you see what I'm saying? Donald Trump, the shit that he's doing on the world stage will control the gas prices. War controls the gas price. Poverty, economy, all of that goes. You know what I mean? Especially if they telling them that the economy is high, they'll raise that shit up and use that excuse. Well, you know the economy is high. I love for Biden. How could Obama do anything when Republicans was in control? Obama did what he supposed to do. He helped his lobbyists. Oh yeah, you reported me. Hashtag. It's dick suckers like you that get on my nerves. You fired. You're not even just gonna set in my fucking chat with that shit today. I reported you. Ain't you a dick eater? It's early in the morning. You talking about you reported me for what? See what I'm saying? You're fired. It's all good though. I'll give you some let up and go report somebody else on me. California State Bill 219, jail folks for misgendering. That's some crazy politics. No, it ain't, because that can be misleading and it's dangerous. No matter what's your sympathies, if you sympathize with the gender bender people, but it's still a dangerous culture. Obama gave Iran their money. Do your research. The Shah of Iran and even Iran as the regime now were selling oil and trade embargo and blackball and all that they owed the Shah Iran and the money and it incurred interest. That's the money that they gave them. Do your research on that stuff. That was money that was in the bank, the World Bank that was owed to Iran. He just let them get their money. Y'all be talking about politics and only know the bad. You know what I mean? You only know what's on the top. You got to go through the middle and the bottom. Understand the shit. Don't just keep regurgitating what they tell you, what you read in the headlines. Go get a full understanding on why Obama gave released some money to Iran. It wasn't no United States money. And what about the pallets of money that all these presidents was giving Al Qaeda, the Mujahideen, and all that shit? Y'all in Russell, ain't you in Canada? Biden ain't really keep the peace. Still, shit still jumped off, and even with Obama, Obama sent soldiers to Jamaica to shoot shit up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the money on the plane that night, Alan. The pilots just falling out that shit. Yeah, they. You know what's so crazy, Blazer? I like that the American um citizens know that it's not Israel and America in cahoots. It's Trump. They blackballing the Trump, not nobody else. Thank you for educating my uneducated people. That's what it is, S. Wembley. You say Donald Trump look like he from Willy Wonka. I don't like the looks of this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Smash that like though. Did Iran beat Trump? Nasire best. Was the White House shooting the other day? Would you consider that political violence or mentally ill? Because it sounds like he was a mentally ill person, homeless person hanging around, and probably. I mean, he ain't had no manifesto where he was going against the government or nothing. He just won't right in his head. And they say that the Secret Service had been trying to get him committed. So shit, he must have been a regular around there. They probably try to keep him off the White House lawn, and he fuck y'all niggas, and then he done came across a banker, and now it's on. So you know what I mean. Salute the Nasir Best. I said put a target on black men with dreads in that area now. Everybody gonna be scrutinized because some people just can't read the headlines for what it is. They'll read the headlines as a war on everybody when it was just an altercation against those, I mean, those Secret Service officers and the young man Nasir. It's crazy. You say Democrats are demons. That's what it is. Trump, but so Trump is a demon because he was a Democrat. Trump is Jew, loving piece of shit that sold the country. Why do y'all? You know, Jew is akin to saying nigger, right? And everybody in Israel is not a Jew. Israel is a conglomerate of all the people that couldn't survive in Europe, and they paid money to the UK and France to get the rights to the little shit they doing in Israel, the kibitzes and all that. Because if they owned America, don't you think they'd be in America somewhere chilling? Come on, man. Use your brain for more than just a hat rack. You know, them big hats are played out, fam. Fabulouses don't even wear that shit no more. Smash that like. Why is Jasmine Maxwell at account for crime against Wuzuzu? I don't know. She ain't really up on the top of my list right now. Thinking about what Jasmine Maxwell doing. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, do black money. You say Trump don't love nothing but himself. I'll go for it. That'd be Trump is going to pardon Jasmine Maxwell. If he does, I mean, it's business. I seen something about him being a celebrity driver, but it was some BS stuff. So most likely some BS I haven't looked up yet. Who the guy that shot up the he wasn't no driver. He was mentally disturbed. He was a homeless or probably on drugs and you know what I mean, lashing out because you know what the White House is right in the middle of DC. DC is a neighborhood, you know what I mean, a political neighborhood where the White House at, and you know what I mean, and it's right around other where people live at. You said connect the dots. Which ones on what? Israel is fake. Cause exactly, that's what Israel is. Khazarians, and guess who linking up with the Christian Khazarians? The Pope. The Pope was just chilling with the Pope from Armenia. You know, Azerbaijan and all that. They got their own Pope. They separated from the Catholic Church. They just got back together. The Pope's about to do their thing. And that Pope is a Khazarian too. Khazarians are beta Jews, but they like to make it seem like they are the alpha. A alpha Jew is a limba, a falasha. You know what I mean? Anybody of the Bantu persuasion off of the African continent, just like they call the Arabs Arabs. There's no such thing as an Arab. An Arab is a black man that lives on the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. They're black people, but you know, after Lawrence Arabia went over there, they cut up the world and they start calling it the Middle East, and that's a way to, you know what I mean, to number one single out and tell these Arabs, y'all ain't black. Let's do this with us with this oil money. That's how they get them. But the Arabs are just some evil black men with curly hair. You understand? Because they have a long history with dealing with um the continent of Africa because they're the buffer between Africa and Asia. and even with the white folks, the Caucasus Mountains. Why do you think white people don't call themselves Caucasian no more? Because they wait a minute, the Caucasian came out of the cave sleeping with dogs, and you know what I mean. But they still put African American on my name, and I can go 5 or 6 grandmas back, and ain't there one of them from the Combi Longo, the Congo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. The United States of Israel uses the land of Palestine to affect the Middle East. How long did it take you to think of that one right there, street poet? But I get it. I get it. Blacks are not Jews. You do not want no part in the satanic code. A Jew is a derogatory word for a Hebrew family. You got to know that. No, blacks are not Jews. Blacks are the original Hebrew, the original chosen people. And I know somebody spitting their coffee already. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. Look at it. But do your history, family. The Jews are a different set of the original people. The Jews are a beta, and they did a lot to the white folks, and the white folks did a lot to them. The Jews that y'all speak of, they fronted the money to start Jamaica as a company. It was already there as a land. Black people, Tianos, Arawaks were there. They helped start Cuba. They helped start the United States. The Jews that y'all called Jews, those people, by way of the Dutch West Indies Company, the Dutch East Indies Company. Google the Jews called it Sassoons. They was in Asia selling dope. And I know all y'all old heads wash your hair with some Vidal Sassoon, wash your hair shampoo, or even wore some Sassoon jeans. That's where that shit came from. The Sassoons out in Southeast Asia selling dope. You said idiots in the country believe Jesus was white. Well, to be honest, Jesus was white because Jesus was just a propaganda tool. There's no such thing as Jesus, in my opinion. It's somebody of that they stole it from. But the Jesus that y'all support with the Christian religion is so propaganda is Cesare Borgia. That Jesus with the long curly hair and the beard and shit. That's a motherfucker. Borgia Pope's son, Cesare. Do your research, man. They got you. That's why Cesare ain't around no more. You notice I can't go through here and see a picture of Jesus nowhere in my house. But if I was in the 90s, in the 80s, Jesus would have been in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you would still be concerned about fuel costs after Trump takes Iran's enriched uranium. Iran ain't got enough uranium for us to be taking and getting no money off of. We trying to stop them. We got all the uranium that we need. We don't need to take no uranium from them. You said take that. See, I can tell you don't know about them shoot. That ain't what we want. We want them not to get a piece of uranium and do some shit with it. We don't want to take it from them and sell it. And $2 oil, they'll never sell Iranian oil $2 oil because it's too much of the kind that sweet crude is worth way more. You'll never see it for $2 anyway because it's the top of the line. If you was talking about Venezuela, maybe yes, they got that frackish shale ass oil and shit. But that Iranian oil, they'll never fucking take that oil, man, and sell it for $2 anyway. Gas was higher on the Biden, but the dollar was more, man. Why I gotta keep saying I'm gonna have to post that shit up. The dollar was worth more. This dollar is nothing. You can't buy that's the way if I could in layman terms, just think of what you can buy for $1 right now. Nothing. You can't go get a sandwich for they ain't got no 99-cent menu. They got a fucking $6 menu. You could man. Imagine the world if the former escort actually received any support for being placed in election. What are you talking about, Nate? Somebody was an escort. Y'all be having some dumbass. Mm, 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 mm. Trump trying to find out who gave it to Iran to make the bomb. Man, Iran probably had uranium in their fucking Trump. United States probably did it. Y'all know that United States gave Iran missiles in the 80s and Israel. It was called the Iran Contra scandal. They gave the Contra people and the Sandinistas weapons to fight each other so they could goddamn put all them corporations down there and send a bunch of cocaine to America. And they also gave Iran missiles and guns and all that shit to fight Iraq. You got to do your history, family. You're pathetic. Salary was much lower as well. So what's your point? The salary could have been lower, but it wouldn't matter if the dollar was more. The dollar now is 24 cents. The dollar back then was $1.25. So the dollar was actually a dollar. That's why Trump don't want to tell y'all he want to get rid of the EBT and the SNAP because they like paying. It still goes. If you spend $1, they give you $1.25 or $1.50, $1.70. It's going to be incentive. So that what the government done fucked around and doing now, he done fucked the dollar up. So the dollar is 24 cents. They spend $1 and then they have to give somebody to give the person that's the corporation or the company that's working with the SNAP EBT program, they have to give them the equivalent of a Joe Biden dollar and the fucking act because that's when they signed the deal. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. Yeah. You know what? Netanyahu has been saying Iran 2 weeks away from nuke since. Man, yeah. We don't need to be listening to what Netanyahu's saying. Shit. The fact is that Iran has been threatening the U.S. And you know what? The salaries don't got nothing to do with it. Now is the point is the job gonna be around in 5 years? So there is no comparable salaries in advancement because AI, you got to find a job now that is AI proof. That's your first thing to do. All that college shit is making the variance of everything change now. Where you could have went to college and or went to a trade school for a specific that would have been there. Now you got to weigh in, can this help me pay my 30-year mortgage? Because will this job exist in 30 years? Because AI is taking jobs. That's Wembley. Then you know what? Can I ask you one? I'm gonna just ask you one thing. Uh, are you referring to me when you say we need to stop listening to street politics and list? You can't even spell because I got a rebuttal for that. That's all I want to know. Iran will never let. Hold on. Iran will never let the Strait of Hormuz return to the state quo before the fall of the petrodollar been gone. The petrodollar been fucked over. The UAE has fucked the petrodollar up because they got out of OPEC. Now that's like a gang. If they lose their number one hitter, this shit ain't a gang no more. Know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And now it's like the four horsemen. You know, it really was five. It was Ric Flair, Ole Anderson, R. Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Sting. That's five people. They interchange. So now the UAE has dropped out of OPEC where they depending on that oil and they even with they backing the shit is like leaning. One of their wheels flat. Man, Google Iran threatened. And why would I do that? That was all on the news at one time. It's all hype though. Iran ain't have the capability, so they can't do shit with a nuclear bomb. You making excuses up for Donald Trump. Tell me where he went in there and saved the regime at. We ain't heard nothing else about that. I'm going to save the Iranian people. Um, Now he's negotiating a deal. They done whooped his ass. He went over there and tried to do that shit. You do not negotiate with terrorists or people that lose. Winners negotiate with winners. They don't fought to a draw. We make it come up to an agreement. Agreement on what? Y'all didn't have a beef with them. You went over there and bombed them people shit. The people fought back. And now y'all trying to say y'all going to Cuba. Cuba got the same drones that they say fought off the United States that Iran got. Because you know it's rules to war, rules of the engagement. United States can't not just come and dog them people unless they really do serve a threat. You know what I mean? Like they sort of like how they did the Japanese. They was about to tear the Japanese out the frame in World War II. They dropped 2 bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but they had it set up for 5 more. Winning the war means total capitulation. No, it doesn't, because wars are fought different ways. This was a drone war, but you know, wars of economics, where they, you know what I mean, stifle they funding and their food. The war of technology, well, you know what I mean, it's all kind of wars going on. It don't mean total capitulation. We got to stop thinking of the physical war. Do you know the mental, I mean, geopolitical, on that standpoint, that Iran has just held off to supposed to be the strongest nation in the world? Iran still motherfucking bobbing and weaving. They took a few lumps, but that weighs heavy on small countries and middle countries that thinking, oh shit, Iran held them off. So when they run up on us, you know what I'm saying? When they run up on us, you know what I'm saying? What was that? You know what I mean? What was that fucking missile they had? What was those drones? Everybody ordered. And who the fuck gave Cuba 300 drones? They cost from 1950. They haven't been able to get no money because of the embargo on them because of the Russian China shit, maybe had missiles and the Bay of Pigs in the 60s. Who the fuck gave them 300 drones? But ain't nobody block you, James. You ain't see, man. You know what? I'm not gonna block you. I'm gonna get you out of here right now because I just hate lying motherfuckers. Jimmy Carter ain't steal Iranian money. Jimmy Carter was too busy wrapped up in um dealing with the Aswan Dam and Yasser Arafat. Remember they ain't even had um Hezbollah popping like that. It was the PLO, Yasser Arafat, and Sadat. They was beefing over whatever was going on when and they had them beefing and Israel came in and took the whole Sinai Peninsula. Yeah, Trump weak and stupid. In your opinion, Debbie Bannister. None of them is morally decent. Jimmy Carter just know how to keep a smile on his face. He was one of the most dangerous ones. Fuck Jimmy Carter, because Carter had a thing with the black community where the black man couldn't live in the home even if he was married with his wife. If he needed support, the black man had to leave. Even the married ones, they would not feed a black man in the home, but they fed a lot of white families. They didn't ask. And I ain't talking about suburbs. I'm talking about because in the Appalachians and different places where we got the Rust Belt and decay and despair in America, it was two different standards for us to get some support. America went through a Rust Belt in the '70s where they promoted white men on happy days driving around in '57 Chevys, and they had black men driving around in long ass Cadillacs on the Mac and all these kind of black exploitation movies. Look at the movie Claudine with James Earl Jones, where he was dating the lady with the kids and he brought her a toaster and a little TV. And when her social worker came there, she wanted her to tell her how did she manage to get the money and why would she want to get support and who gifted her this and how many, was any men's shoes under the bed and all that shit. That's the shit we was going through. And that was y'all reason in saying that the black man wasn't in the home. Guess what? He was in the home. He just won't there when y'all funk ass showed up and motherfucking check on him. And so we couldn't get them and they weren't even giving out nothing. They was giving out some fucking cheese in a white box, black and white box, some bullshit ass powder milk. Man, come on, man, get the fuck out of here. The money Carter stole is the money Obama gave back. Probably so, because Obama didn't give Iran any money; he gave them their money. So it might have been money Jimmy stole or kept from them because they owed that money. Exactly. That's when the Shah of Iran fell too. Exactly. You know what, James? I was about to put your bitch ass out of here. But that's exactly what I just said, dummy. No, I don't want the college course link, nigga. You need it. I just said that Obama didn't give them any money. He gave them the money they had from dealing with the Shah of Iran. It gained interest. Didn't you just say, you know what? Lunch, you know what I'm saying? You left lunch now. I'm serious. Motherfucker trying to, that's what I just said. That he didn't give them no money. I don't need no fucking college course to do it. Jimmy Carter spent his golden years. I don't give a fuck. He spent this motherfucking he had the time of his life keeping black people out their house. Jimmy Carter was the devil like all along. Don't even give me that shit. That don't mean shit. People clap Obama because his fucking wars didn't ruin the economy. Do dad, you say he was 13 Bravo. That's what it is. And for those of us that don't know what 13 Bravo is, what does that mean, do that? And shout out all my peoples. It's Memorial Day. I'm not really up on a bunch of these holidays and shit, but for what it's worth, you know what I mean? It's Memorial Day. Hope y'all enjoy yourself if you are a veteran or military person. Y'all probably take that shit serious. Somebody probably standing outside looking up at the American flag right now drinking a PBR. It is what it is, man. Put a fruit shrimp on the barbie and flip a fruit burgers for the BMC. It was sanctioned. Nobody stole money. Right, Space Dust? Show me the Treaty of the Twin Pillars of Islam that has the signature of the Ayatollahs. Which Ayatollahs? Khomeini or Khamenei? Because you know Rahul Khamenei was K-O and Ali Khamenei is K-A. They ain't no much some motherfucking white Muslims. Y'all don't understand. That regime that's in there right now, they're white Muslims. They're from Azerbaijan. Go do your history, man. I ain't showing you no treaty or no twin pillars. It's not that serious to me. It's religious. It's the Muslims versus the Jews and the Christians. It's the day. No, the Jews against the Christians too. Also, because right now they fighting a proxy war. They paying Trump and them to do their dirty work. The Protestants and the Christian and the Catholics to do their dirty work against the I mean the Jews are paying the Protestants to do their dirty work against the Catholics because Donald Trump is on that Protestant shit and he doing what the Jews want him to do, right? And he's getting all the Catholics out. The Catholics are the Hispanics. American muscle. Obama is the one responsible for Hezbollah and Hamas growing in strength, funded by the IGRC, Hezbollah, and all those Hamas and all those groups are being funded and being supported. They get in Guyana and they in different countries because why shouldn't they be able to promote themselves? Y'all saying it like this shit is the Ebola. Those people are supposed to be able to defend themselves and do this stuff. Yeah, you know what? That's that fucked up America thinking when it's cool when you do it, but when I do it, you got a problem. That type of shit. Those people are supposed to be able to do what they supposed to leave the gates open because America gonna come through and eat what the fuck they want to eat and fuck who they want to fuck. Nah, dog. Y'all, your thinking is wrong because the same way they doing that on the geopolitical, they want to do that shit on the fucking community side. Like they'll try to, you know what I mean? All of them responsible American music muscle. All them motherfuckers, not just the left, the right too. All of them are responsible. George W. Bush was an old mustache, and he was CIA. You know that, right? Right before he was dealing with the being a politician, he just like Donald Trump, but he got a Central Intelligence background, and what Central Intelligence has taken over. Central Intelligence and the military structure is who Donald Trump is supported by. That's why you never heard the military or the CIA bucking on shit because he's just the mouthpiece for all their rhetoric and their and they making moves. The CIA just went to Cuba. Why they didn't pick Raul up then? They just was in Cuba. But yeah, George Bush was an old mustache. He whatever he did, I bet you one thing, you can go get some Medicaid, Medicare, free food stamps, um, a college education. They might bill you sooner or later, but everything was more easier to get access to because the old mustaches knew to, you know what I mean, feed these motherfuckers, and ain't nobody gonna say shit if they too busy eating. It wasn't too much, but just to sprinkle a little corn to some hungry chickens as opposed to having a whole love for bread and can't nobody get a slice. Donald Trump making all the money and ain't no real incentives for black people, white people, Chinese people, no Americans to advance and to eat with them. Everything Donald Trump is like that shit he got talking about something. When you have a baby, he gonna give you $1,000 and all that shit. But you gotta pay into that shit. All this stuff is money minded for him and his people. You can't the IRS can't audit him. Shit, he must have made a whole lot of money. They can't audit him now. What the fuck? MAGA ain't responsible for nothing. But guess what MAGA is? MAGA is just a group that sympathizes with him. That, you know what I mean? MAGA don't have no power yet. You know what I mean? That's just the people that surround him, his administration and believe in his ideology. They don't have no power yet. But they managed to make themselves known outside of the Republicans and Democrats. So if they can piece together a bipartisan group, they might be powerful in that ideology can like sort of like when they read the first Nazi book and then they blew because you know the Nazis they came from like meeting up at happy hour at beer halls and shit and then that's you know they running their country. So it can turn into something. It just depends. Everything America touches goes to hell, says Melvin. That's what it is. James, so your stance is to defend the likes of an ideology such as Leela Khalid in the creation of Al Aqi Midas Brigade that straps is on teenage girls calling it resistance. Yeah, yeah. And your ideology of America as of you sat in the big house and sip mint juleps and chain some motherfuckers up to a land and make them work for free. That's the country that you supporting, and which is my country too. But you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? If you willing to go all out for somebody taking your shit, that's how you gonna keep your shit. Ain't no going back once you're all in. You can't debate people when your mods are too cowardly. Well, I'm gonna get you out of here, American music. My mods ain't trying to debate with you. They're just trying to speak their piece. We don't debate here, homeboy. I'm gonna get you out of here. You're fired. Nice conversation, but no, my minds ain't here to debate you. You can speak your opinion. We speak our opinion. Maybe we not saying the same things, but now we can agree to disagree. We that's arguing when we debating you. We ain't here to debate you. So don't, you know what I mean? The people that's in here that's I got as a blue jacket, their conversation is interesting and their mind is intellectual and their motive is just to speak their piece, not to come in here and go back and forth with you. So you're fired. I ain't even doing it, American Muscle. I ain't even doing it. Because that was like I mean, you said he was going to hell a million years ago. Yeah, my minds don't ban nobody. I do. And if you can't put up with it, you got to go. It's like 1,000 other websites that you can go to. And just like that, you deny history and inject your own bullshit. James, give me where I denied history and injected my own bullshit. Pray tell. But if I'm gonna put a jacket on you, I'm gonna give you a blue jacket because see what I'm saying? See how your conversation, it's not we're not on the same page, but you're not going out of your way to try to disrespect. You just, you know what I'm saying? Make you a moderator because we trying to have a conversation amongst Americans, not amongst, you know what I mean, a few ignorant people that want to play the dozens when, you know what I mean, it's about millions of Americans, that is. Smash that like. Go through this shit. The only one of my mods that you see banning somebody is Nightbot. And Nightbot is an AI to detect people using capital letters. Because I just feel like capital letters are the old school way of streaming. You know, when people back in the day, people be on Yahoo, they put it in capital letters. That motherfucker fuss. Nah, this ain't nowhere to fuss because bringing that bad energy, we just trying to chill and discuss this shit. But nah, this ain't for the fussing and all that. It might get a little heated or loud because, you know what I mean, when lions collide, you know what I mean, it might get a little loud, but you know what I'm saying? Still the number one weapon that's used here is the mind, is the brain. I mean, the tongue Travis Murphy, James, not a bot GPT. Okay, I ain't see that not about GPT. As early as 2026, reports estimated Donald Trump and his family have significantly increased their wealth, with the estimate ranging from roughly 3.4 billion to 9 billion. That's a good little nip. 3.4 billion to either if they just settled in the middle with a cool 6.5. That's still some money, billions. Because it's like I told y'all, don't nobody want to be a millionaire no more. You can own 3 houses right now and probably be a millionaire in this climate because shit is so high. So to be a billionaire, this motherfucker he came in broke. Republicans failed to protect us from terrorists in 9/11. Republicans failed to win the war of terror. It took Democrat Obama to catch bin Laden. Republicans are failure on everything. And bin Laden didn't catch y'all keep saying it like Donald Obama just sat there. Well, we gotta get Obama bin Laden. Got him on camera. No, the whatever the law enforcement agencies tracked him down and did their jobs. Obama just happened to be the president on that watch. He also went to Jamaica and killed a bunch of people too. Nobody ever talks about that. Obama to get do this coke from the shower posse who had the United States. He had a crew of people in the United States selling dope in the 80s. The United States good for going back and getting somebody. They got Raul Castro on an indictment for some shit for 1996. White folks terrible, man. They'll never let shit go. But they want you to forget the shit they did. That's the shit I'm talking about. And when I say white folks, not all white people are white folks. White folks is the man, the Fetty Gov. And that can consist of black people, Spanish people, Chinese people. White folks is the ones that they they seemingly make the rules and they bend them when they need to. And it is what it is. Yeah, but that's one of the number one weapons. The brain, psychological warfare, and they conducted on us by way of you know what I mean, you can't beat them, join them because they made us consumers. We are the product and they don't put nothing into us because you know America is a business and what they produce is Americans. They don't put nothing to the education. The food sucks. It may be artificial. Um The education is on TikTok. These kids learning shit in 3 minutes on TikTok when they should have the teacher should be the most important thing because it's filling the vessel with the knowledge, with the product. You know what I mean? But the product the Americans are producing around the world, they're not invested in it. So it's loosely like it's a human version of a Chinese product because China, India, and Mexico have become our number one replenishment warehouses. We have made those people rich because we are consumers. Not only are um we used to be the number one product, everybody wanted to be an American. Everybody all the world want to get here. They still want to. But if you're American, they ain't really putting nothing too much into us. Our gas high, I mean, and I mean, we ain't riding no octane no more because we got to use what's that low jump because you don't want to get bit up. But we are the number one consumers too. We don't make shit. All we do is put it in a box. That's the most we do is send it out from China, from Mexico, from India. You call the phone right now and say something broke, it's gonna be and I'm not disrespecting the language because I just use the gibberish because it's gonna be somebody not from America. And I like to fuck with them. That you coming in? Coming in? Coming in? I make them say that shit 100 times. Because I remember when them um call center jobs was given to the teenagers and the young folk was getting money off of that shit. They stifling now. It ain't even got nothing to do with his middle name, Ed. He always over exaggerating Obama. Obama is Trump's fear. Man, all the real bad shit happened on the American space dust. That's the first thing we got to do as Americans. Stop separating Republican from Democrat. Politicians did it. A bipartisan, all of them was there. So we got to stop separating shit. When I ain't heard neither one of y'all come in here and say American. Somebody just said the American flag, but American. How many of y'all Americans in here? Or just people living in America? This shit crazy. Because y'all do too much. He did this, he did that. That's that whole shit. What is we gonna do? You know what I mean? He did this, he did that. That's whole shit. Steven Stuber says Trump impeached. Man, Trump got a felony and still out here doing what he do. That impeachment shit is just hearsay and shop talk. Can we get a pledge of allegiance to the flag? Curry, I'm an American, but I don't pledge allegiance to a flag. That's a piece of linen or cotton. I mean, I know America is in my heart, so it would not allow me to pledge allegiance to a flag. Now, we need to start a pragmatic party. Why would it be? Why would it have to be called pragmatic? Can you explain to me why would it be called pragmatic? Which party controls all three branches right now? Who knows? It's an after hours party because that's when all the deals go down with the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? Social democracy. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a democratic socialist as the president in the next 12 years, if not in 2028, just to show if Mamdani can have any look like it can be some stability in New York. He's not gonna be it because they say his nationality he's ineligible, but it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be a goddamn democratic socialist gonna be the president. It might be Donald Trump. He moved like a communist right now. He just went over there and got flipped. He was at that fucking the biggest buffet in the world. You know that white temple of heaven that he was standing in front of. Next time your fat ass go to the buffet, look around. You're gonna see a picture of that fucking um heaven's temple. You come in here and say, God bless President Trump, Reginald. You didn't say God bless your mama, your daddy, your cousin that was a soldier. You came and said bless Donald Trump. Why? You didn't even say God bless you yourself. You came and blessed a man. Why, Reginald? And it's not to debate you, just to see where you at as an American. It's 36 of y'all in here and 35 likes. Let's get them likes up to 100, man. It's 36 likes. Thanks for showing that integrity. That's what it is. Make sure y'all take the poll. And did you vote for high gas prices and a wrecked economy? Trump is a Jewish asset, says Seneca. Eves Rowley says dump Trump. Hey, y'all want a dump Trump shirt? I dropped the link. That's what they look like. Dump Trump. We got them in all colors and we got your size, family. Smash that like. The link is on my channel. Go hit my store on my channel if y'all want to get a dump Trump shirt. Smash that like, y'all. Remo E. Williams. Yeah, hit my channel, man. I got them on the store on my channel if you want to get you a dump truck. Pragmatic party meaning we just work together with policies that are good for everyone. I don't care if it's a good conservative idea, a good liberal idea, a good idea, it's a good idea, right? But that's how the government's supposed to be running anyway, on some pragmatic stuff where whoever's making it up, we just run with it. You know what I mean? They should be running like that anyway. Yeah, Ezro. Get over there to my channel. I got it. Smash that like, y'all. Check me out. Okay. I'm about to go get the link then. I'll get it. Hold on. I'm gonna drop it in here. And everybody that want the link, smash that like, y'all. Let me see. Let me get the link. So so let me get this. What y'all doing on the weekends, man? What y'all doing on y'all Memorial Day? I mean, not the weekend. It's Memorial Day. What y'all got going on? Okay, I got the link to the store. I'll get over there and show some support. They said you ban somebody's space. You know how that shit go. Motherfuckers just like to be talking, man. What DMS said, motherfuckers know my steel. Niggas just talking, man. I know you ain't ban nobody. Nightbot did it. I keep telling them. You know what I'm saying? You say America first. How you liking that diesel? We can't blame Democrats for that because you notice COVID is COVID-19. So what happened to COVID 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9? I mean, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what happened to those COVIDs? And y'all know Ebola is popping in Africa right now. This the shirt, Space Dust. This the shirt link right here. Y'all want to get a shirt? This the link right here for the dump Trump. That's the link for the dump Trump. Smash that like, y'all. There's 48 of y'all in here. Double tap the stream, man. It's not the electric chair. It's not gonna shock me. Don't dump in. You can be. Yeah, hold on. No, 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 no. Let me go back to the 7-Eleven gas. Diesel is $6 a gallon nationwide. Swear we got some dumbass in here. COVID-19 was Democratic. Look at this shit. Y'all got to answer for everything. Is it the Democrats or the Republicans? When are the Americans going to do something together to better our situation as opposed to slinging mud on other Americans? You know who ruined America? Americans ruined America. Simple as that, family. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna tell you what, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey, the football player Taylor Swift, their relationship is gonna fuck up because every time you turn around, somebody got a camera in their face. Smash that like, y'all. 34 y'all in here, man. Let's get them up. And Space Dust, have you contributed to the BMC E-Bike Foundation at the Black Money Trust at Cash App? $1, man. I haven't I haven't seen your name go past my desk, but I know you're a staunch supporter of the BMC. Get over there and give you $1. Kingdom of Kings. You say you voted for all this shit. Can you name 3 things that you voted for Kingdom of Kings? If that yes is for referring to that. Name 3 things that you voted for. Clearly, MAGA was the better option. You bird brains. MAGA wasn't even an option, dummy. MAGA was ideology. It has now fruition into a whole group. It was Donald Trump went under the Republican banner. It's crazy. I'm waiting for it to come out with one of y'all to say some conspiracy theory shit like, Obama's controlling the Jews and Trump. Y'all blame Obama. Y'all give Obama too much credit, man. Lunch or not? What up, lunch? MAGA, name me 5 policies that you don't agree with Trump. I'll wait. No, want me to name 5 policies that I don't agree with Trump? The birthright issue, okay? The issue with getting the illegals out, okay? The the issue with the European nations that was his allies, okay? Um the war in Ukraine, the way he handled Zelensky, and also this Iranian shit, the Venezuelan shit, even the way they handling Canada and Mexico with the NAFTA, the North American Fair Trade Association. You know what I mean? So that's like 8. MAGA is not the better option ever. I believe that's what it is. Skip Woosman. MAGA was made so because when Charlie Kirk died, they was firing motherfuckers for speaking on somebody's name. And Trump, he outright disrespects the press corps, all that shit. He be talking cash shit. But Charlie Kirk died, you couldn't say shit about Charlie Kirk. Motherfucker, Jimmy Kimmel lost his gig behind that shit. Where is your MAGA phone? Where is my Trump phone? Man, them Trump phones look like refurbished Pixel, Google Pixel phones. He had to get that. That's why he went to China They asked him, could they get some bootleg phones made up? I bet you when he went to China, he went to their bootleg sector and probably got about there going $500,000 of them shits printed up for about made up for about goddamn on $500. I know, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Hold on. I'm gonna have to let me see. Let me go to but I just dropped another link. You see the link I dropped that's above this shit? Did you hit this link right here? Did you go from this link? You said it's an Alibaba phones, yeah. Alibaba got everything too. Let me see. Hit that link that I just posted. This link right here. It'll take you to all my products. Let me see. Let me do it myself. That's crazy. YouTube doing that because the link that I'm dropping is going to my own. Okay, hold on. Let me work that out right there, fam. That's crazy that it's doing that. See what I'm saying? That's crazy as fuck. But let me get it popping. Smash that like, y'all. Our military supports Trump. Yeah. What are you talking about, America first? You went ham on somebody. And it kills me when I hear y'all motherfuckers say we. You at home. You ain't nowhere fighting no Iranians. We. Motherfuckers say we. We should parle français. I'm trying to get you to. America first. Yep, that was a slogan by the KKK. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Why nobody do no do no research on the Black Legion? Nobody does any on the Black Legion. It was way worse than the KKK. America is somebody whole blackball already. He came back with different name. I know that's how they do it. That's how they do it. The KKK was not formed in 1966 by Democrats. It was formed by racist white men. Y'all keep talking about Democrats started the KKK. The dude that Forrest Gump is named after helped start the KKK. He was a Confederate war general. The KKK still got a lot of power in South America because that's where all the Confederate people went in after the war. They was already there before the war. Jeff Davis was already a millionaire from making money in South America before the Civil War. The military do stand with Trump though. You can see that because the military generals ain't bucking on shit he doing. Because they with it. He doing what they want him to do. Okay, hey, Space does hit that link I just dropped in the chat. It should take you right to my merchandise. Now I ain't going to no Army versus Navy football games. That bullshit. That's a distraction. I don't play football. I don't watch football. I play the game of life. Now I ain't going to no fucking Army Navy football game. Although one of my little cousins playing in it. One of my little cousins got a scholarship. Right. They used it, but the KKK, y'all keep saying the Democrats uh did this with the KKK and all this bullshit. Smash that like, y'all. Smash that like. Trump stealing 1.8 billion. That ain't shit. They said his wealth done went up from what was it, 5 to 3, from 3 to fucking 9. You said let's go Trump. Mix, what's going on with you? You know you don't believe that. Smash that like. The Latino love thing is hilarious. Nobody enslaved more Africans in the history of the world than people with the last name Lopez and Cortez. But that ain't got nothing to do with being Latino. Latino is only because they share the same language, Spanish, from the conquest. But that's not the same Latins. The people that put them in chains is people from Spain. That's two different Latins. Mm-mm, I'm not a pepper jack either. You know that, baby. That's the only one I don't like. That's the one with the red shit in it sometimes. Yeah, you got your shit wrong, Brown. The ones that the Latinos here, the Hispanics here were enslaved too. And half of them black. They just speak Spanish. So you know what I mean? They snatch on to that culture. It's not a race, it's a culture. Right. Yeah. You say, yes, sir. Was I in the military? No. JW, I'm gonna put a jacket on you too. Because we don't get along sometimes, but you still come through and give your opinion. Now, why you say was I in the military? Definitely not. Military too structured and that's what I'm gonna keep it real. I seem like a lot of there's a lot of gun ho people that's soldiers and fighters, but a lot of weak people have managed to hide in the military. What's going on with you, JW? You give off white supremacists too sometimes, but it's all good. You can have your own opinion. Only thing can hurt you is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like, man. Ain't no Spanish men took no fucking native women and killed them. Spanish men just killed men. You know what I mean? Stop trying to break that shit down. The Spanish men did not populate the whole fucking um hemisphere with Spanish people with the last name like Cruz Lopez. Okay? That's the case. You'll be saying that shit about Philippines too. A lot of people in the Philippines got Lopez, Villanueva, Cortez. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm politicking with the Queen, Lombard. You know, when the Queen talking, you know what I mean? Be quiet. Tonight is not as we ride. When the coming, we're going with killers inside. What's up with you, Lombard? Yeah, I know I had it. I had it, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Beard? What's up with you today, Beard? What's up, chucking and jiving? What part of the country you in? What's up, Sassy Mo? What's up, Blair? Long Beard. All they sending all my super supporters coming through at the same time. Okay, what you doing to the Blazer? Put some new struts on it or something like that? Oh, you in North Carolina? Okay, what happened at the casino? Did you hit big? Good day, good day, good day. Yeah, I'm gonna do something like that. That's what I was politicking about with my queen a few minutes ago. We gonna do something like that. A male Y DNA proves Spanish. Dude, Jessica Northern, you sat there in the fucking geeking and peeking, and you don't went pick that shit up. You believe that shit? They don't tell you no male DNA is present because that's why they don't tell you about the native male because they'll find out that it's black. They'll fuck your head up. So you that shit you talking, Jessica. The only thing you ever said on the Black Money Corpus is justify why you want to claim that you got some Spanish in you. That's crazy. But it is what it is. Okay, put on some new door panels and an interior just got done. Okay, so that's how they doing in our area. What it was it a white tent where you go in and play the machines? Because in our area now, in order to keep their license last at the end of last year, they had to be gambling in November. So what they did was set up a kiosk, like this big white ventilated tents, and people can go there. But they building a 10-story marina casino around this way. Oh, this is a container building. Damn. Up the street for Michael Vick. Is the Coach at is right up the street, like a half a mile from that shit. It's white tents. What part of the country I'm in? I'm on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably 2 hours away from the Mason Dixon line, going south of the Mason Dixon line. I'm 2 hours south of the Mason Dixon line on the Atlantic Ocean. That's all I'm gonna give you. Spanish DNA is the male DNA in Latin America. No African men. Sorry. No, 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 no. That's not true. And it's a bunch of race baiters in here. Look at this shit. Spanish DNA is Latin. No, it is not. Latin America, they're only Latin because they speak Spanish, because Spanish dominated their culture. They didn't dominate their population. They took over by way of their business, their religion, their money. They did not overpopulate. They didn't come here fucking everything. They came here and fucked the fruit. But it was already you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta stop. Right, Sassy Mo. Life came from the black woman. Get over it. But life came from the black man here, because that was the case. Well, how do you explain the Yucatan Peninsula with its African origins, or even Brazil? You're not. Why is the black man not popular? And Brazil is where all the millions of black slaves went to. See what I'm saying? You got to stop just, saying shit. No, they don't have Spanish male blood. And whether you know or not, most of the Spanish people came here, they had African blood. The conquistadors were Africans. They were Moors. They got beaten. They accepted the job. They showed Spain where they had their honey hole at. You can't go to war if your money ain't right. Spain finally beat the Africans, the Moors, in 1492 in Granada. And the same people that they was fighting, they made them show us where your shit at. Estevan, the guy that brought Columbus over here. Estevan, and what's so crazy, you saying Spanish? Do you know that the territory that they call Spain, the Andalus, was occupied by black people, Africans, and Arabs for fucking 700 years, right before they came to America? You think them black people won't fucking all those Spanish people? Like you just try to say the Spanish man. So of course they brought the black blood with them, dummy. Spain brought they did even that kills your statement. Spain brought the black blood with them. The Spanish people that came here were of earthy stock mixed with Africans. That they would have been the regular white people, they wouldn't have been able to survive the heat. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have been able to survive. Regular white people like John Smith, all these people that came from England and France and all that, they had to do this shit 5 or 6 times. The Spanish people brought the black blood with them because Spain is got there going 50-50. And even to this day, it's African and Arabic blood in Spain because they were occupied for 900 years. So you doing my work for me. Whatever you say, indigenous in Spain, you know that most of the conquistadors that came here were Spanish, as well as y'all never know that most of the fucking Africans, most of the people that came to Londinium, when they say Rome was in London or even was fighting under Julius Caesar, was from Northern Africa because Rome was just like the British Red Coast. They sequestered their soldiers or wherever they was at. You in our army now. You got to understand this shit and stop trying to, you know what I mean? Yeah, all yeah. But the paternal DNA, even if it was a Spanish man, his daddy liable to have been a motherfucking black man. Spain was ran by the Moors for 900 years. When blacks were the only ones on the planet, they were dark because they were in the equator areas. So those that have moved away from the sun develop lighter skin tones, creating the rest of the people. Right, lighter skin tones, and it depended on what they ingested. You know what I mean? You are what you eat. They could tell where you from by what's the minerals that's in your bones. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiri. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiri. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. Space Dust. Did you get over there and get you a Dump Trump t-shirt? I just dropped the link. Let's look at the poll. Let's see what y'all feeling. I mean, am I a sovereign citizen? Hell no. I'm American to the heart. A sovereign citizen speaks of being anti-American. I ain't trying to get away from America. I'm trying to motherfucking, you know what I mean, get it together. Yeah, we chilling today. I mean, exactly, skin tone is irrelevant. Unrealized gains run this shit. But like Sassy Mo says, skin tone is everything to society, though. You know what I mean? It's the flip of the coin. Money run shit is irrelevant, but it's everything because the first thing you people will say is black on black crime. Like, look at this. You still, you know what I mean? Yes, it is. Nope. Nope. And you know what was South? You answering the questions for me. You know what was southwestern Spain? It was the Andalus. You know that, right? Granada is in southwestern Spain, and it was all Islamic and Muslim and black. You answered the questions for me. The genetic makeup of Spanish population was southwestern Europe, right? And southwestern Europe at the time for 700 years was black. That's why they call it the Black Ages. You know what I mean? What's going on, you? Smash that like. It's like five people in here trying to defend their Spanish blood. God damn, what's up, Roy? It's like five people in here. Y'all motherfuckers terrible. Smash that like, y'all. I don't give a damn. You can have Africa. Whoever said they was the real African, they can have it. I don't give a fuck about Africa right now. I'm American. I don't know nothing about Africa. You know what I mean? Relate to me. I got African people that I'm associated with that I'm cool with, but I'm not African, family. I'm Black American, so you can have Africa. You can have it. Smash that like for sure. You 40? You 40? For sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm American, man. How the English people say broth. I'm American, broth. I ain't with it. I ain't got nothing against Africa, but I got everything, you know what I mean, in America. I ain't got no mixed blood. I'm from America. Y'all gotta stop with that bullshit. Separating the English from the Dutch. Not me, homie. I am definitely not African American. I'm Black American. What should you barbecue? What you got? What you got? You got anything on deep freeze or what? Maybe make some kebabs or with some green peppers and onions and steak cubes. If you got some lobster, you know what I mean, maybe you might even fry up some lobster tail. If you got some, you know what I mean, shrimp, yeah, some shrimp. You know what I mean, if you got some steak, get it popping. Long beard, I know you got a whole deep freezer full of shit. Pull out that old bluegill you caught when you was down on the top of Hannock. Smash that light. You know what? You said, can you call me African American? Nah, matter of fact, call me after you. No way, I ain't even gonna go there with you. But nah, you can't call me no fucking African American. You got two pork butts in the smoker. Okay, that sounds good. What you smoking them with? Wood chips or what? Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, some tri and some hot links. Okay, okay. I like to have some good burnt pieces today. Yo, Space Dust. That quarter cow ain't no joke. I think I might get a quarter cow too. Because I had a quarter cow one time. Whoa, that's some good motherfucking man. I ate so many porterhouse, ate so many steaks, man, and you know what I'm saying. Luigi, what's going on with you? How much you paying for that quarter cow Space Dust? And did you see the link that I dropped with the Trump shirt? What's going on with it? Because I the butcher, I always get them butcher packages with the pork. I'll get the pork joint. The last one I got was with the pork shit. Okay, 60. That's a good price. That's a good price. Mine might be a little bit cheaper. Yeah, no, no, no. I get a quarter cow. A whole cow too much. I had a quarter cow before though in the refrigerator. I had a hog too, a half a hog too. Okay, using post oak today. That's what it is. Thank you for that, Barrington Christian. And Barrington Christian. I'm a smart man, but I want to get y'all to do something for me. The Nightbot is dropping my link. I'm on the mission. I'm trying to get an e-bike fan supported, and I want all y'all to get over there and donate $1 to the acquiring this e-bike. Yeah, a whole cow is too much to store. Yeah, I that's what I do. I'll do a mix of it. I keep the chicken packs stacked up, chicken wings, chicken breasts. I don't do no thighs, no legs. I like wings and breasts. So I keep the chicken packs stacked up, and I also keep me a few packs of pork chops, fruit packs of motherfucking ground beef, and we got to have the steaks and all that stuff. I like to mix it up myself too. Okay, okay, okay. Well, just go open one up. All it takes is your Gmail. Ain't nobody in your house got cash out space dust. Yeah, that's what I do with mine. Put it in the deep freezer. The deep freezer is your big pocketbook. I mean, you can stash everything there, like the squirrel stashes all his nuts and everything. That's that's your label carrier. You put everything in the deep freezer, so when they need it, when you need it, you know what I mean. Did you cop one of the shirts? Did the link work? Yep, 1492, the exact year that we Quista ended the fall of Granada. The genetic profile of typical Spanish was firmly rooted in ancient. No, it was not. No, it was not. It was not. It was in Black Moorish. Because y'all got to remember, that's why they say that the Italians got black in them, because at the same time that Spain was under the boot of on the Moorish and the blacks, southern Italy was to what we know as southern Italy, Sicily, Calabrese, and all that shit, which they attributed to the Greeks, was ain't nothing but some black niggas. The Greeks ain't nothing but some light skinned black niggas. But the northern part of Rome was with the Europeans, but the southern part, I mean, and also y'all know that the Borgia Pope had a lot to do with the slavery and all that shit in America by way of the Spanish Queen and King Isabel and Ferdinand, Aragon and Castile in 1492. He cut a deal with them. Damn, that's crazy. Why this fucking link ain't working? These Europeans, they do anything. The link that I got posted right here, it's not working, fam. Hold on, let me see something. It's crazy. That is crazy. Let me see. Right. Let me see. Let me see. I'm about to see. Can I make it blue? There we go. Hit that link right there, fam. What about that right there? It's blue now. Hit that link. Who thinks that words mean more than real science, Kelly? Because you're not reading real science. You're reading somebody's history project. That's crazy. Did it turn blue now? I see it blue on the screen. Look, it's blue on the screen, and when I hit it, the shit go right to it. That's crazy, man. Well, try that one I just dropped. I see it as blue. What about the one I just dropped in the chat? Y'all don't see that as blue. Well, you could go to my channel, right? And go to store, and it's up, it's posted on my channel. Go to connected stores. Oh, copy that. Copy it and paste it. Hold on, you said if I start a Discord, you'll do what? I'll have to decline that offer, Space Dust, because I really don't want to get down with Discord and all that stuff, man. It's too, you know what I mean? You spread yourself thin. If you just could read YouTube studio as it explains my channel, I'm on the cusp of something great here. And I don't want to, spread it out with Discord and all those other things. I'm just here to, bring Americans together on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to decline that 25 on the e-bike to start a Discord. You know what I'm saying? No, if you copy and paste it and put it in your search bar, it should go right to the store. Copy and paste it and put and drop it in your space bar. No, I don't want viewers. I want people to come and express themselves. I'm gaining viewers right now. My viewers been up 100% since they did that little thing with me to YouTube lately. They wanted you to tighten up your channels, and I have done that, and my viewership is up. I'm on the road now. I ain't trying to gain viewers. I'm trying to get supporters. People, you know what I mean? Viewers is just people like subscribers and supporters, two different things. Subscribers are just people that click and subscribe and never come back to the channel. I'm trying to get supporters, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Oh shit, party for everything, kick back in. Okay, KK, KK, salute for that. Christopher King just showed super support. Salute for that, Christopher King. Greatly appreciated. Christopher King just donated $5 to the e-bike foundation. That's what it is. Okay, long beard, salute. I wouldn't even have hollered your whole handle out if I knew. Know what I mean? Okay, Christopher. I did not know that. Good looking out for that super support, Long Beezy. We on the road. So right now I probably got like um 46 in donations and I'm looking at 500. So you know what I mean, within time. I mean, as it spreads, my supporters are pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how you implement your brand appeal. Yeah, Black Money Trust. It's crazy how they do it. Well, YouTube is doing it. They stifling everybody. But as I look at my report on YouTube now, I think I'm back in business form because I think it was because I was putting in my title sort of stuff like white privilege and stuff like that. They don't like stuff like that. Also, those long videos where I do 24-hour videos, it adds nothing to the Google algorithm. They wanted me to remove them. And the moment I removed all of them, now my shit running like a fine oil machine. Thanks for that super support, Long Beard. Yeah, that shirt shit, because I just went and got the new link and everything. But go to my channel. What about at my channel? Does the links work for my channel, the store on my channel? Yes, the Moors absolutely held sub-Saharan African slaves. In fact, they were more participant in the transaction. But you know, the Moors was participant. Also, white folks was too by the name of Vandals from Northern Europe. The Vandals were in North Africa. They had came down there and set up a little business selling white slavery. Black people wasn't popular in sub-Saharan. It was the white slaves, the oddity. Damn, this shit. Hold on, let me go to it. YouTube doing a motherfucking bang up job. Thanks, YouTube. They're doing a bang up job. Okay, I'm on my channel. Let me see here. This is fucking. And you're absolutely right. Okay, hold on. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, fam. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yep, it's not showing up. So they got me in the fucking doghouse for a little bit. But it's all good. I'm gonna put the link in the y'all go to my post. I'm gonna post the link. Let me see. Let me go ahead and create it. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. But you know what I mean? It is what not only dealing, you know what I mean, cash out. Yes, all Balkans were slave Ottomans except Croatia. Why are we even discussing somebody else's shit, y'all? I don't like to do it. I'm gonna make a post in my because now y'all know even the comments that we post as content creators, they even count them as views. Like the little memes and shit I put up. That shit crazy. Smash that like, y'all. I'm putting a post in my comments. I want somebody to go check and see if the link popping on that shit. You'll see a yellow and black BMC symbol because we behind the 8 ball right now. They blackballing me. Can somebody check my post, my community post to see if I posted it, if the link is working there? Somebody check my community post, please, and tell me if the link is working. Thank you for your, I mean, collaboration and participation. Right now, it ain't up there. Longbeard, the store ain't up there. Yeah, they demonetized me for a certain amount of days. Right, that link does matter if you're on Android or iPhone, bro. Y'all have no idea what's going on in the Federal Reserve. Gangsters, bankers are the ones running. Go sit down, Rooster. Now you coming in here telling us something. Sup, BMC? Yeah, Iran is beating Trump. That's what happens when you go to war without the support of the people. Right? They beating Trump. I'm glad a lot of people are realizing that. But a lot of people as Americans are taking it personal. They're not winning because you don't want to lose, but they beating Trump. Okay, you went and checked the on my community board. Y'all go check my community like a post, and you can get your dump Trump shirts. Darling, I'm gonna have to give you a jacket too because you've been coming through. Your opinion is greatly appreciated. But long beard, go through the community board. Okay, because I got a t-shirt, a dump Trump. I got a fitted cap and the BMC coffee mug over there. Well, they always doing some shit where we, you know what I mean? Yeah, I made a post on my community board. Y'all go over there, and that's how you can get the shirt. Smash that like. I'm gonna tell you, boy, that make you jump through some hoops. But in the end, if you can properly get a hold of this shit, it'll work for you. It just, I mean, sometimes you gotta respect rules. They got a bunch of rules that white folks for they give you something, you gotta wipe your feet off and do a bunch of all kind of shit. Why would you wear a dump Trump shirt? That's why I should have wore my Trump Marina shirt to the Kings, no Kings Valley I went to. What's going on, David Simmons? Okay, thanks for that sub right there, Dylan. Dylan, you said you keep seeing me in your doom stroll. Everybody who's not subscribed to the channel, we trying to get a one of those YouTube um plaques. I'm gonna show y'all something cool that I already received from YouTube, but it's nothing like having that YouTube plaque. Now, being in the YouTube partner participation program, I got two things. First of all, what's going on, DBS Chris? You said your wife will beat you up. Your wife is a Trump supporter. Bush was smart enough to gaslight the populace with Western mass destructions for months on end before he invaded Iraq. Trump told everyone he destroyed their weapons of mass destruction and then tried to use it as an excuse. True, true, true. Your kids will beat your butt for wearing a dump truck shirt. Well, go ahead and get you a BMC fitted cap or a coffee mug, Longbeard. Is this the Democratic Plantation Panel? Nope. The Then You Ain't Black Panel? Nope. Moon Rape, Moon Darkness, whatever the fuck your name is. To go to the store, you hit the channel community post and then hit the blue where it says store, right, Sassimo? We don't know what Hernan Cortez said. Jesse said he's not my daddy, he's an asshole. More Darkness says sounds like it. Low readings. Go play. You know what? I'm gonna let you go somewhere because I don't tolerate that shit with that fake ass More Darkness. Go take a nap, homeboy. You're fired. You're fired, homie. You can watch us from the stands or go use your old Gmail. But I bet you can't find another YouTube or that has this. This is to commemorate the 20 years that YouTube been in population, and I've been involved in YouTube for 20 years. Okay, and it's celebrating 20 years of YouTube. YouTube, this lithograph is number 1304 out of 1934 that was made. This is commemorating it. It's from YouTube partner perks being a member of the YouTube. You know what I mean? Well, essentially being monetized. This is a 20-year joint. I bet you can't tell me another YouTuber that got one of these. That's a lower level YouTuber. Mr. Beast probably got one, but the YouTuber that you always watching, I bet you he didn't get blessed. Okay. Also, it sent me this too. This is from the YouTube partner perks, y'all, for my participation. You know what I mean, and that's crazy, Andy Longbeard. A grown man called another grown man daddy. But they come in here and say it, and they say King Trump. And it's sort of like when Lil Wayne was popular. Motherfucker was acting like Lil Wayne really can beat your ass. Lil Wayne is a fucking actor. Lil Wayne a blood. Yeah, right. Sure. Trump lives rent free and all. No, I live rent free in your head, America. First, you're back. Okay, look. YouTube also sent me this. Now, I don't need. I mean, another this. I need a plaque. See what I'm saying? The YouTube partner perk. To show you that it's official. You can do two partner perks. Okay. And what it is this. Y'all know what this is? It's one of those clappers. Tell me a mid range YouTuber that got one of these. Action. BMC take one, action. You feel me? And I mean, even with the little YouTube pin with it. Smash that like, y'all. And that's from being a player in the game with YouTube. Yeah, Obama does for some odd reason. Y'all notice that Trump talks a lot about what Obama did. Obama was the I'm the king of my birth certificate and license, right? Trump did. Obama did something to Trump. I wonder what he was telling Trump though. I mean, Obama and Trump was talking about when they was at Jimmy Carter funeral, and was that was Jimmy Carter funeral, right? And that shit was so crazy. And Kamala Harris, they showed Kamala Harris looking back at Donald Trump and Obama giggling. That shit was crazy, man. Glorious Maximus. What y'all think about Kim Kardashian? Is she involved in that $9 million cocaine bust at her shop? Damn, sassy Bo. Don't hit him like that. Don't hit him where it hurts. Long beard. What you drinking on today, long beard? Some beer and tequila. And Space does where you at. I posted the t-shirt link on my a community post. They selling cocaine. They ain't using it. They probably been using cocaine. Who don't use cocaine out there in those circles? Hunter Biden smoking crack. They selling cocaine, man. And selling pussy and cocaine. But you'll come in here and say black on black crime is an all-time high. But some white girls with Armenian, the original Caucasians in their blood, they're selling pussy and cocaine. Right, because she said she didn't know. They probably did do it underneath her nose because a lot of times those celebrities just put their name on the product. They don't even be, I mean, 100% all in with it. They just they lend their name to it, and somebody else even makes the product. Black on white. Yup, crime tends to be. I mean, but we're gonna wrap this up for an hour. A little bit. I'm gonna have to go take care of a few things. Thanks to everybody for coming through. We'll be winding back up, starting back up in about give me a little hour, you know what I mean? Thanks to everybody that came through and showed that super support. And like I said, the Dump Trump t-shirt link into all the other products is in my community post. So until we meet again, farewell, Sawa.